Hi, ambassadors. Rick here from the EquiLife Ambassador program. This is Impact Tutorials, and this tutorial is part 2 in our Getting Paid series. And this one is going to be covering submitting your tax document. This is very important and an often overlooked step in setting up your account to ensure that you get paid out in a timely fashion. So basically, Impact, no matter if you are American, Canadian, Australian, wherever you hail from, wherever your home country is, wherever your home address is, you need to submit a tax document. Impact will not pay you out without tax documents. I don't make the rules, but that's kind of the way it works, unfortunately. So, in addition to your bank account, which I covered in another tutorial, you're going to need to submit your tax document. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me move my head out of the way. Once again, starting at your Impact dashboard as usual, you're going to click the 3 dots down here and click the settings in this little menu here. And once again, you're going to scroll down here until you find the finance heading, and you're going to click tax documents. Now, once you click tax documents, you're going to come up to this screen. Now, this is where it's going to differ depending on where you are promoting from, what your home country is. And basically that's should be the home address associated with your Impact account. Now, if you are US based, you're going to select the W-9 radio button, and then you're going to hit continue. If you are international or foreign, not in the US, so Canadian, Australian, UK, Switzerland, Sweden, wherever, Mexico, you are going to select either W-8BEN or W-8BEN-E. Now, the difference between W-8BEN and W-8BEN-E is that the W-8BEN, I believe, is for individuals promoting. So what that means is that you are just you're your own person, you're just a health coach and you have some clients and you're trying to make extra money and you're promoting, and that's the extent of your quote unquote business. Um, you're just basically an individual. You don't have like a proper company setup. If you have a proper company setup, then you're going to need to select the W-8BEN-E option. That one is more for larger companies. So again, I don't know. Every country kind of categorizes or names their different types of companies or businesses something different. But if you are like a dedicated company and you probably have like some in the US we call it an employer tax identification number, like an EIN. Again, I don't know how every country works, but you probably have something like that, so the government knows that you're a business. If you have that, you need to be selecting W-8BEN-E. If you do not, then you're just a regular person and you select W-8BEN. And again, if you are US based, you don't select either of those, you just select W-9. So I'm going to show you the W-9 option because obviously most of our ambassadors are US based, but I'm just going to go through this and show you that. So you click that. Now give it a couple seconds for it to populate. DocuSign will populate it right in here, as you can see. I'm going to move my head out of the way. And then it's really easy. You just fill it out right in Impact. You don't have to print it. You don't have to, scan it back in or anything. You don't have to email it to me. Please don't email it to me. You just fill it out right in Impact. So you just hit continue here. And you can see here's a W-9. So for a W-9, you're going to have your name. You enter that here. You're going to select which type of company, quote unquote, you're promoting as. So if it's just you, then you're just an individual or a sole proprietor. If you have a corporation, you're going to be a C Corp, an S Corp, partnership, or a trust. I doubt anyone's in the trust or estate option, but it's there. Or an LLC, limited liability company, which you can also select here. And then from there, you just enter the address associated with yourself, with whether it be your company or yourself, city, state, and zip. And then the only other thing you need to do here is your taxpayer identification number is your TIN. Now, as I mentioned before, if you are a company in the US, you're going to have an employer identification number, which is the tax ID that the government uses to identify you as a business. If you are just promoting as yourself, which I think the majority of you are, or maybe you have a coaching business but you haven't LLC'd it or incorporated it or whatever, then all you do is just select this social security option and just put in your personal social security number, because that's essentially your business tax ID. And then you do electronically sign it here and you hit finish. And that's the extent of submitting the tax form, at least for the W-9. Let me go back real quick and I'll just show you what the other ones look like. Why can't I move myself here? Okay. Let's try W-8BEN. So again, this is for individuals that are non-US based international ambassadors. So again, you're going to hit continue here. It's going to look similar. You have to enter who's the owner of the company, or who's doing the promoting, the country of citizenship, the permanent residence, city, town, state, country. This again is that foreign tax identifying number that I mentioned. You're going to need that to provide that. And then you electronically sign it and hit finish here. And it's really simple. So like I said, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's just something that's often overlooked when people are setting up their impact accounts, and then they're wondering why they aren't getting paid out because they haven't submitted their tax documents. One note of caution I want to call out is if you are, when you're filling out these forms, you're going to want to make sure that the name on your tax document matches exactly the name on your bank account that you submit into Impact. If it doesn't, Impact will flag it as a name disagreement, and there will be a hold placed on your account and you won't get paid out. I see this happen all the time. So if you're like, for example, my name is Richard, my full name. My bank account says Richard. I usually go by Rick. So if I have Richard on my bank account and Rick on my W-9, it's most likely going to be a problem for me. I need to make sure those names are in agreement. So don't put nicknames on your W-9. Make sure it matches your bank account. Or if it's your husband's bank account, either use your own bank account or put your husband's name down on the W-9, or vice versa if it's your wife's, whatever. So that's a common pitfall I see. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. And hopefully this video was helpful. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.